Hi everybody, Skookum Joe here. I wanted to talk to you today about this device here. If you're not familiar with it, it's an Idler Pulley Assembly from a Samsung dryer. It's not exclusive to Samsung. Most of the manufacturers use this device, and it virtually does the same thing for all of them. But what it does is it's a little spring-loaded cam with a roller pulley on it that the belt for the dryer drum to wrap around, and its purpose is to, if the belt were to ever break on the drum, then the spring would pull this thing back down to its closed position, and that little tab would activate a micro switch and it would turn the dryer off. So it has an intended purpose. But I had my dryer, I bought it about 3 years ago, and started making a racket about 18 months later. And when I opened it up to see what was going on inside, I discovered this mechanism. And what it is, it's just a piece of injection molded plastic. It's got a metal bushing inside, and that bushing just sits right on top of a metal shaft and turns. There's virtually no lubrication, there's no bearing, and it's just metal on metal eroding away. And I figured this thing turns at about 600 RPM when it's in operation. And I thought, well, no wonder it's failing. I mean, it's just such a bad design. Now, this is the second one that I installed because the first one packed it in. Let me show you it. It's even worse. I'm not sure if you can see that, but that plastic, it's completely melted away. The bushing is completely worn away as well. You can see the difference in diameter of the two there. The one on this side here, this is almost 3 millimeters wider than the original. That's only because of the wear on that shaft. So after the second time, I thought, enough is enough. I'm not going to buy one of these. I think you could buy these on eBay or Amazon for probably about 20 bucks or something like that. But it's just the inconvenience of having to take your dryer apart and replace them when they should be working if it was designed right in the first place. So rather than put the same part in again, I decided that I wanted to make an improvement. So I came up with this. This is ultra high molecular weight polyethylene, and if you don't know what that is, you can just Google it. It's UHMW, and it's got some properties that are pretty impressive. It's got a very low coefficient of friction, and it's self-lubricating. It's also very highly resistant to abrasion. In fact, it's 10 times more resistant than carbon steel. And it's got one of the highest impact strengths of any of the thermoplastics that are available out there. And it's also highly resistant to corrosive chemicals. So it had the properties going for it. In fact, it's overkill for this application, but I wanted to do it right. To add to that, I embedded dual ball bearings. And so when this thing turns on that shaft now, it's virtually friction free. In fact, I've taken this out of my dryer. It's been in the dryer for about 6 months, and you can see there is just no wear on that at all. I did dust it off because there was a bit of lint on it, but on the originals, you can see there's metal filings and carbon deposits. And look at the wear on the track itself. I mean, I'm not sure if you can see that, but the belt has just worn away at that roller. That was completely flat when I bought it. And the original is even worse. If you can see this one, it's got a groove embedded all the way into it. This thing absolutely seized. I mean, you can see the plastic just melted away. It was just completely fried. In fact, I'm surprised it lasted as long as it did. So anyway, I decided to sell a few of these, and if you guys are interested, we're going to be advertising them on eBay and probably Amazon too. You can Google Skookum Joe, and you'll probably find out where you can get them. If you're going to replace them, use one of these. You're only going to be replacing this again in about, 6 to 18 months. And if you're anything like me and your family's busy, the last thing you want to be doing is repairing your dryer, especially one that's pretty new. Hope this helps everybody, and good luck out there.